Good day, fellow bettors. Thank you for joining me for another video for your SERIE betting tips and predictions. Today I will be sharing with you my predictions and tips on the match result for scoreline prediction, which you can use in turn to determine the expected number of goals in a particular game. Also, I will be sharing with you betting tips on the handicap system. And for this here game week, we're going to start on Friday all the way through to Monday. And we're going to start with here on Friday with Napoli versus Lazio. And I'm just going to jump straight into it and give you my predictions for Napoli versus Lazio. For this game now, it should be a close contested one, but I'm going to go ahead and take Napoli to win this one. Napoli to win here. Both teams to score. In terms of the double chance, I go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Napoli wins this 1-2-1. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw. This is being Napoli winning by a goal. So let's roll up here and give you a quick recap for Napoli versus Lazio. I'm expecting Napoli to win at $1.57. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying yes, that should be the case. Double chance bet that you can go with is either team to win and both to score. In terms of predicted scoreline, I'm saying Napoli wins this game 2-1, and that's $8 in terms of the odds. On the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw basis B, Napoli winning by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for Napoli versus Lazio. Now we're going to move on to our next game, which is Monza versus Empoli. And for Monza versus Empoli, I'm expecting here Empoli to challenge them. And so therefore, it's going to be an interesting game, I do believe. I'm going to give Empoli the edge here. I do believe that Empoli would win by the odd goal in one. Yes, Empoli to win. Both teams have to score. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both not to score. I'm going to take Empoli to win this one by a goal. And on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw. Basis being Empoli winning by a goal. Alright, so recap now for Monza versus Empoli. I'm expecting Empoli to win this one. I'm expecting Empoli to win. Let me just clear some of these things off. These are from the previous games, so let me just take them off. But I do expect Empoli to beat Monza here. And so let me just clear it up. And yes, here we are now. So I have for Monza versus Empoli, I'm expecting Empoli to win Monza here, to beat Monza at home. Yes, I do expect them to do so. And that's $3.75 if Empoli can go to Monza and take that victory. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying no, that should not be the case. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying a 1-0 victory here for Empoli over Monza, and that's $10 in terms of the odds. Now on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw on the basis of the predicted scoreline here. Alright, so those are my predictions for Monza versus Empoli, and now we're going to move on from Monza versus Empoli to Atalanta versus Udinese. And for Atalanta versus Udinese, I'm expecting Atalanta to bounce back to winning ways here. The Atalanta to win and both teams not to score. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Atalanta wins this one 2-0. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a draw here, basis being Atalanta winning by a goal. Alright, so quick recap for Atalanta versus Udinese. I'm expecting Atalanta to win at $1.61. I'm expecting both teams not to score. And in terms of double chance, I go with either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying 2-0 victory here for Atalanta over Udinese, and that's $7.50 in terms of the odds. Now on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw, basis being Atalanta winning by a goal. Alright, and so those are my predictions for Atalanta versus Udinese, and now we're going to move on over to our next game, and our next game will be Fiorentina versus AC Milan. And for Fiorentina versus AC Milan, I'm expecting this one to end in a draw. For this one to end in a draw. Otherwise, AC Milan should come and take the victory here. A draw and both teams to score. In terms of correct scoreline prediction, I'm going to go with a 1-all draw here. Not 1-all victory, 1-all draw. And in terms of the double chance bet, you could go with either team. You could go with a draw and under 4.5 goals in total. Alright, so let's go ahead and give you a quick recap here for this particular game. And so let me just refresh this thing here, having a little bit of challenge. It should come back up in no time. Just bear with me a little bit. All right, and we should have it back up in 1, 2, 3. Here we go. All right, and so recap for Fiorentina versus AC Milan. I'm expecting this one to end in a draw, and that's $3.20 if that should happen. I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of my correct scoreline prediction, I'm saying we should have a 1-all draw between Fiorentina and the AC Milan, and that's $6 in terms of the odds. Now, in terms of a double chance bet, you could go with a draw and under 4.5 goals in total for this particular game, right? So those are my predictions for Fiorentina versus AC Milan, and now we're going to move on over to our next game here on Sunday, and this is Spezia versus Hellas Verona. And for Spezia versus Hellas Verona, I'm expecting both teams to come and give a good fist of it. And so I'm saying Spezia to win here, being at home, and both teams to score. And I'm going to go with, in terms of a double chance, either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Spezia wins this one by the odd goal in 3. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw here. Basis being Spezia winning by a goal. Alright, so let's just roll on back up and give you a recap for Spezia versus Verona. I'm expecting Spezia to win here at $2.75. I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 victory for Spezia over Verona, and that's $10 in terms of the odds. Now on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw. Basis being Spezia winning by a goal. Alright, so that's it for Spezia versus Verona. Now we're going to move on to Sampdoria versus Salernitana, and for Sampdoria versus Salernitana coming on for win, and that's really good for them. That would have given them a boost, and so therefore they're going to enter this game feeling like they can take this one. All right. Now for Sampdoria versus Salernitana, I'm expecting this one to be a closely contested one, and for this one, I'm going to take here a draw between both these two teams. I'm taking a draw here, and I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of correct scoreline prediction, now I'm gonna go ahead and take a 1-all draw here. And in terms of a double chance bet, you could go with a draw and under 4.5 goals. All right. So let's go ahead and give you a quick recap for Sampdoria versus Salernitana. I'm expecting both teams to score, and I'm expecting a draw as well. So this is my result. My prediction for this game is a draw between Sampdoria and Salernitana, and I'm expecting both teams to score. Correct scoreline prediction, I'm saying we should have a 1-all draw here, and that's $6.50. In terms of double chance, I go with a draw and under 4.5 goals in totals, and that's $3.30. Alright, so these are all my predictions for Sampdoria versus Salernitana, and now we're going to move on to our next game, and our next game will be Inter Milan versus Lecce, and Inter Milan versus Lecce. I'm expecting Inter Milan to win here, and I'm expecting both teams not to score. In terms of a double chance, I'll go with either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Inter Milan wins this one 3-0. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take Inter Milan to win this one by a goal. Alright, and so let's just go ahead and give you a quick recap here for this game. Inter Milan versus Lecce. And I'm expecting Inter Milan to win at $1.28. I'm expecting both teams not to score. In terms of double chance, I'll go with either team to win and both not to score, and that's $1.80. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying 3-0 victory here for Inter Milan over Lecce, and that's $8 in terms of the odds. On the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take Inter Milan to win by a goal, and that's $1.90. Alright, so these are all my predictions for Inter Milan versus Lecce. And now we're going to move on over to Roma versus Juventus. And for Roma versus Juventus, I'm expecting this one to be another keenly contested one. And for this game, I'm going to go ahead and take Juventus to beat Roma here. It's not going to be easy, no. It's just a Marino. It shouldn't be an easy one. So Juventus to beat Roma, both teams to score. In terms of correct scoreline prediction, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a 2-1 victory here for Juventus over Roma. In terms of double chance, I'd go with either team to win and both to score. On the handicap system, now I'm going to go ahead and take a draw basis spin. Juventus winning by a goal. Right, so let's just roll up and give you a quick recap here for Roma versus Juventus. I'm expecting Juventus to win this one, $3. And in terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying yes, that should be the case. Correct scoreline prediction, I'm saying 2-1 victory here for Juventus over Roma, and that's $11 in terms of the odds. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both to score, and that's $3.30 in terms of odds. On the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw, basis being Juventus winning by a goal. Alright, so these are my predictions for Roma versus Juventus, and then we're going to move on over to Sassuolo versus Cremonese. And for Sassuolo versus Cremonese, I'm expecting Sassuolo to take care of business, being the home team here, and Sassuolo usually plays very well. They're taking their time, finding back some form, and so therefore I'm expecting Sassuolo to get past Cremonese here at home. Both teams, I'm not expecting both teams to score, so both teams won't score. In terms of a double chance, I go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying we should have a 2-0 victory here for Sassuolo over Cremonese. And in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a draw basis being Sassuolo winning by a goal. Alright, so let's roll up and give you a quick recap here for Sassuolo versus Cremonese. I'm expecting Sassuolo to win at $1.75. I'm expecting both teams not to score. In terms of double chance, I go with either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying we should have a 2-0 victory here for Sassuolo over Cremonese, and that's $8 in terms of the odds. And now on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take a draw. Basis being Sassuolo winning by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for Sassuolo versus Cremonese, and now we're going to move on to our final game for this year game week. And this game is going to be Torino versus Bologna. And for Torino versus Bologna, this one should be a closely, keenly contested one. And it's going to be interesting, I do believe. And so therefore, Bologna coming off a big victory against Inter Milan. They should be feeling really, really, really nice. And so therefore, it's going to be an interesting one for them against Torino. Torino usually tough to break down at home, and so therefore it's not going to be easy for them. But I do believe that both these teams should come here and give a good account of themselves, and so therefore I'm expecting a draw here or a victory for Bologna. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to take a draw, and I'm going to say both teams to score. In terms of predicted scoreline, I'm saying we should have a 1-0 draw. In terms of double chance bet here, I'd go with a draw and under 4.5 goals. Alright, so let's just roll up and give you a quick recap now, folks, for this particular game. Saying here now, Torino versus Bologna, I'm expecting this one to end in a draw, and that's $2.80. Both teams to score as well. And in terms of a correct scoreline prediction, I'm saying we should have a 1-1 draw between Torino and Bologna. Otherwise, I think Bologna might squeeze Torino here based on the run of form. Bologna is in the better run of form, so if you want to take a double chance, a draw or Bologna to win, that's a good bet as well. Now back to my predictions. I'm saying in terms of a double chance, you could go with a draw and under 4.5 goals in total for the game, and that's $2.87 if that should happen. Right, so these are my predictions for Torino versus Bologna, and these are all my predictions for Serie A for this week. Alright, so thank you once again for joining me. Thank you for your time, and thank you very much for staying with me here through this video. And as usual, I ask you to like and share and subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Alright, thank you very much for joining me. I say great luck betting and have a profitable weekend. Thanks.